When most of you think about canyons, you think about huge gaping holes and towering cliffs, just like the Grand Canyon. But I'm chasing a different sort of a canyon. And sometimes you walk right past them and you never even know they existed. These are the hidden canyons.
These subterranean worlds are scattered all over the southwest. And I'm going underground to find some of the best of them. First, I'm stopping by Lower Antelope Canyon, just outside Page, Arizona, where I've taken some of my most iconic photos.
Come on, I'm going to take you to my favourite place in the United States. This is Lower Antelope Canyon in Arizona. And it's canyons like this that really define the landscapes of the American Southwest.
This is a slot canyon, carved by flash floods over thousands of years. From the surface, slot canyons look like nothing more than a crack in the earth. But deep underground, they're a photographer's paradise.
This canyon runs for about 5 miles, can be as high as 10 stories, and as narrow as 1 foot. I took my most famous shot in this canyon. It's a shot called Ghost, and I walked in with an Indian Navajo guide, and he threw a pile of dust up in the air, and this figure just magically appeared in front of the lens. When you're shooting in the canyons like this, you never, ever use the flash. Have a look at this. See that? It's just a pile of rubbish. Look at it. No colour at all. Now I'll flash off, take another shot of exactly the same location, and voila, a completely different shot.
Without the flash, you can see all the texture. If you look close enough, you can actually make out the face of an Indian chief in the rock.
This is Lake Pearland here in Arizona. There's over 2,000 miles of untouched coastline. You probably wonder what I'm doing out here in a boat in the middle of the desert. Well, there's a really special canyon called the Labyrinth Canyon that very few people get to see. Just beautiful. You can see the water is getting narrower and narrower until we can't go any further. They've got to stop, jump out of the boat and hike in for another hour.
A 2-mile hike across the plateau is taking us to the mouth of Labyrinth.
Geez, it looks awfully narrow down there, mate. About a foot across.
Yeah, it's possible we're going to have to butter you up to get you through there.
I know, you didn't tell me about that in the brochure.
That's part of the adventure, eh?
All right, mate, let's go take some photographs.
4 hours in, and we're just starting our descent.
This is going to be fun.
Geez, you can feel that temperature dropping here,
Yeah.
mate.
Woo. It's a little brisk.
Yeah.
I love this part of my job.
Cheers, mate.
Slots like Labyrinth can get a little tricky. Not many people come through here. That's why I love them. Unspoiled and perfect to photograph. Slot canyons can get pretty narrow in places, but I wasn't expecting it to be this tight.
Although these canyons look really good to the naked eye, they're almost too narrow to take a shot.
It's safe to say I won't find any sweeping wide shots in here. From here on out, I'm looking for close-ups.
So, mate, when we're shooting pics through here, you sort of look at different shapes and textures in the rocks, you know, just like abstracts rather than the whole canyon in its entirety.
But the shots I'm framing up are either too dark or too tight.
There's really dark shadows in here and not really the contrast that I was chasing when I normally see in these canyons.
And as we get deep into the canyon, it's just one headache after another.
And the worst thing about it, you don't even know if I'm going to get the shot. It's not looking real good at all at this stage.
It's gorgeous in here, but so far, no shot. My guide Jonathan and I are getting nothing but drama. I've gotten a couple of shots, but I'm not really feeling it. I've got to shoot something.
This has been a real tough bugger for me to photograph.
We've already reached the canyon's exit. 3 hours in here and not a single decent shot in the tin.
I'm really disappointed. Today, I just didn't get it. You don't get a gallery shot every day of the week. If it was that easy, everyone would be doing it.
My final stop is Mountain Sheep Canyon, a sandstone slot that's rarely visited, let alone photographed. Being one of the first people to shoot in here is such a thrill. It adds a whole new dimension to the experience. This is Lionel Big Thumb. This land has been home to Lionel's Navajo ancestors for generations.
This is my backyard. We call it my playground. It's been 4 generations. I've been in this area. My grandmother telling stories about the area, so I know this place like the back of my hand.
Appreciate you taking me out here.
No problem.
This canyon is pristine, and Lionel and his family plan to keep it that way.
You can tell by the sand and the lack of footprints, mate. Not too many people come through here.
No, we don't let a lot of people come out here. It's more private and keep it conservative, you know.
It's overcast today, so Lionel and I will keep an eye on the clouds. But already I see a fantastic variety in Mountain Sheep's terrain. Some parts are wide and rocky, some tapered and smooth. And just look at this rich red colour.
Hey, Pete, we take a look to the left here. This, believe it or not, was at the bottom of an ocean at one time. The sandstone rock is really petrified sand.
Oh, that feels so smooth.
Believe it or not, I put it in my mouth a couple times when I was younger. It smells so good, you just want to put it in your mouth.
I don't know about eating it, mate. I might be able to fry it up, but... Yeah.
I can tell Lionel is right at home here.
Want to see something really cool? Come check this out.
More beautiful canyon, but still no shot. I'm starting to feel like a rat in a maze. Lionel always seems to think there's something better up ahead. Canyoneers call that round the corner fever. And I think Lionel's got a serious case of it.
Right around this corner, we're going to be getting some good photos.
Guaranteed, you reckon, mate?
Guaranteed.
Yeah. Lionel, I'm still waiting in anticipation, mate, for that shot.
Ironically, this overcast light is great for photography. It's nice and even.
Not a lot of people seeing the images they can get back here.
We've been in the canyon all day and I still haven't taken a picture. But Lionel promises me we're getting this close to one of the most beautiful sections of Mountain Sheep.
So how much further do we go up the canyon, mate?
We got, I say, less than 300 yards.
Okay.
Just like that, we finally turn the magic corner.
Lionel, just look at these textures there. It's incredible.
And it does.
That's stunning. Good call, Lionel. You finally pulled through, mate.
You can't take a bad picture in here.
Oh, we can't tell everyone on the TV that, mate.
I'll give you a second to shoot it, Pete.
Can you
Have at it.
Can you give me 2? Getting the exact frame on a shot out here is critical, because every foot you move the camera, the whole perspective of the thing changes. Oh yeah, and you gotta have a tripod. Just mandatory out here. No tripod, no shot. And that allows me to leave the shutter open for up to periods up to 2 or 4 minutes. And then of course, it's this sound, the sound of that shutter.
Looking at this photograph draws me right into this ancient, untouched place. Sculpted by wind and rain over thousands of years, the slot canyons of the Southwest are a true American wonder.
This is what happens when you get off the beaten path. You anchor yourself right in amongst nature. You don't know what you're going to see and what you're going to find. It's the real true magic of photography.